I flew by myself for the first time with a 20-pound cake to attend the world's largest cake event. Last year, I had heard about Cake Picnic happening in New York City, which is basically a gathering when hundreds, if not thousands of people each bring a cake to then enjoy eating everybody else's cake. And because I don't live in New York, I raised enough money from my pop-up bakery to afford going by myself. So here I was at 5 a.m. the day of the event for an early flight. Because I'm too young to stay at a hotel, I had to do a crazy day trip. And my main goal was to get my cake safely to the event, so I was forced to spend an ungodly amount on Uber rides, which was a bumpy ride to the venue. And at this point, I was just praying my cake wouldn't look too smushed. I had no idea what to expect when I arrived, but it still somehow surprised me to see hundreds of people wrapped around the block holding cakes. I can imagine I'm not the only one whose arms are still sore. Once I got in, I headed to the rooftop, which is where all the cakes were being displayed. And it was such a beautiful sunny day, so it was perfect to be outside. Then I set out my cake, which was looking a little smushed due to the hundreds of miles it traveled. I was a bit disappointed, but thankfully it made it in one piece. Then I had fun admiring all the other stunning cakes, met the kindest people, and did some exploring. And at this point, I hadn't really eaten at all this day, so I got in line to try a sponsored Guinness cake, which was pretty good and wasn't too sweet. Then I waited for them to announce the cake cutting while I recharged my social battery. As an introvert, it can be intimidating being at large events, let alone by myself, but all the volunteers and attendees were so kind I felt very comfortable. Then at last, it was time to cut cake. After much chaos, I got my selection, then headed out to catch my flight home. See you next year, Cake Picnic!